everybody, my name is Sera Jo. This week I'm co-hosting music lessons with Carlos. See you!
Welcome everybody to another live session in music lesson webinar with Carlos. Today we will cover different topics such as ear training, music theory, keyboard skills, chord progressions, and contemporary voicings. We also have some new piano tutorials, so stay tuned and let's get started. Okay, Sera Jo, thank you. Thank you so much for that blues lick, almost, Oscar Peterson style in all 12 keys. That's actually something that we all should practice. I'm going to practice that one myself right after this class. Okay, yeah, and I'm going to leave this video on so that actually we can start working out. I would advise at the very beginning, it's great to have everything transposed in all 12 keys so we can read. Eventually, we should force ourselves just to, just read it in the key of C and then transpose it to the best of our abilities, if we can, to all different keys. Okay. Excellent. And now we're going to continue with our workouts. Let's start with our chromatic scales. chromatic scales, and which scale should we do? Okay, we're gonna start with F. And the way we're gonna work in two ways. One is, as you see here, we don't have any key signatures, and I'm gonna call this open keys. And then I'm gonna shift to traditional key signatures, yeah. And then we're gonna go back and forth. Those are two ways that many composers are writing music now these days. Yeah. So I'm going to, yeah, we're gonna use those two methods, yeah, to practice scales and anything that we need to read. Okay, so let's sing. Do, di, re, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, so, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. And now we're gonna go to chromatic. We're gonna use traditional key signatures, okay? And we're gonna do something different. Instead of playing, we are gonna just touch the keys, or you can just touch the fretboards on your guitar and bass, but you're gonna sing, but not play. So that means that we are activating our musical memory. Okay, so let's see how well it's developed. Do, di, re, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Okay, that was good. And now we're gonna go back to open key signatures, but now I wanna move on to bass clef. So left hand is gonna play a bass line. And right hand, we're going to play a triad, this pedal. Moment. Okay, and here we go. Do, di, re, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Okay, and now we're gonna go to using traditional key signatures and in bass clef. And one thing I wanna change here. Okay. And how about if we also take it to the next level? We're gonna play the triad, but we're not gonna play the bass line. We're going to touch the keys, yeah, or the strings, or the fretboard, yeah. But we're gonna sing aloud. So here we go. Do, di, re, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, so, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Okay, so that's a nice warm-up. Yeah, very nice warm-up. Okay, so now I got a lot of requests about working with modes in the same way that we're working with chromatic scale. So actually we should do that. And even before we do this, I want to talk about here a diagram. with all the major modes. Yeah, so we're gonna have Ionian or major if we're in the key of C. And something else also, I like to use this technique. Yeah, I like to use this technique, which is the cluster technique, in which we're gonna play the lower 4 notes of the scale with the left hand, and then the upper 4 notes. Yeah, and then actually that technique we're gonna use in every key, A flat, F major, D flat. But then we're gonna take it to another level. We're gonna use it also with every other mode. So let's say, oh, E flat Dorian, A Lydian flat 7, C sharp Locrian natural 9, D altered. And how about, we can also use other scales. We can use maybe an A whole tone. Or maybe we can use the same technique also with eighth note scales, like the symmetrical scale, like E symmetrical dominant. Yeah, and so on. And of course, in this case, I cannot use this technique. I have to use 4 notes and 5 notes, or 5 notes and 4 notes, but the spirit of the techniques remains the same. Yeah, and we're gonna call this the cluster technique. Yeah, I don't know if this is true, but I heard that pianist Lenny Tristano, used a technique very similar to this when he used to practice and teach. Okay. So, but anyways, for me, the usefulness of this technique is that I can learn to visualize scales. Yeah? And then with a visual image, like in this case, C major, then I can attach language. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Yeah? And I'm gonna use movable do. Yeah? So if I'm learning my altered scales, and I'm in G altered, do, ra, re, mi, se, le, te, do, yeah, and so on. Yeah, so that's kind of the technique that we're going to be using. And now that I talk about clusters, I want to go back to my major modes diagram. Okay, so now I'm going to use clusters, in order to emphasize my diagram, and I think that's going to be much better. And I think I actually even can do this. One moment. Okay. So, Ionian mode, from root to root. Dorian, 2 to 2. Phrygian, 3rd degree to 3rd degree. Lydian. Yeah, we have the 4th degree to the 4th degree. Mixo, 5th degree to 5th degree. Aeolian mode, 6th degree to 6th degree. And Locrian mode, 7th to the 7th. Yeah? And that's actually how traditionally modes are taught. But I kind of like to work with them in a different way. Yeah, I like to see them, yes, of course, it's different degrees, but also it's modal interchange. Yeah, so we have a key of C. We have a Ionian major scale, but then we have a Dorian mode. Then we have a Phrygian mode. Lydian, Mixo, Aeolian, and Locrian. Yeah, to me this kind of emphasizes. There is something that I try to practice and also teach, which is to be able to see every scale as an individual entity. Yeah, so then you can say, oh, I'm here in A Dorian. You can improvise. Yeah, then maybe I'm gonna go to an A Phrygian, and then maybe an A altered, and then maybe an A Lydian flat 7. Yeah, and then and so on. Yeah, and then you can just visualize modes and scales on whatever key center or modal center spontaneously and with ease. Yeah, so that would allow you to explore and improvise and compose so much better. Now I want to move on, and actually we're going to do our exploration. Let me see if this works. I think this is gonna work. Okay, so we're gonna explore our modes. Yeah, we're gonna explore our modes. Here we are in the key of C, and we have our scale. And I'm gonna use the cluster technique, which we already talked about, which is here, cluster technique. Okay, so I'm gonna play always my lower 4 notes, upper 4 notes. And here, so I'm gonna have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. But what is interesting is we're gonna bring another concept called chord pairing. Chord, scale, pairing. Yeah, so this is a bit different than in traditional harmony, which we have our 4 voices, soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. And then the composer has different goals. Yeah, one of the goals is to always emphasize the complete freedom and independence of those four voices. That's why we have all those rules of no parallel octaves, no parallel fifths, and all those different rules. Yeah, but then I think after Schoenberg, yeah, in early 20th century, you know that he abandoned that system and many people just followed him. Yeah, nevertheless, jazz composers, they continue exploring, big band arrangers, jazz pianists, they continue to explore, you know, the tonal harmony, but it was configured in a completely different way. One thing that was very relevant to that new system was that you had a scale and you had a chord, and then you had a combination of both, a chord and scale. Yeah. And one of my teachers, he told me, Carlos, you know who actually should be given credit to organize all that system was composer Schillinger in Boston. Yeah. He even created a school called the Schillinger House in, I think was there in Massachusetts. It's not in Massachusetts Avenue, but it was there in Boston, yeah, the Schillinger House. And many composers and players, they used to go and to study with him. Yeah, so I want to do more research, yeah, about Schillinger, yeah, because I'm very intrigued. So anyways, we have our major scale. And then chord pairing, we can pair a major 7, major 6, major 7-9, major 6-9, and also we can pair a major 7-13-9. This is a very nice sound. Okay, and moving on. So, by the way, as you can see, here we are working with our modes, but on a modal interchange way. Yeah, so everything is in C, and I really want to emphasize this way is I know it's a bit different of what you know in jazz programs, you know, they really teach, but I think this method, yeah, it's very beneficial. Okay, so now we have a Dorian mode. Now, but this Dorian mode would be related to B flat, okay? But we have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And that's our Dorian mode. And what chords can I pair with that Dorian mode? I can pair a minor 7, minor 7-9, minor 7-9, 11, and even in some cases a 13th. Especially if I'm not gonna use this minor 7 as a 2 minor of a dominant chord, because then the 13 is creating a tritone and then kind of destabilizes and starts, you know, kind of mush the whole sound. But if I'm using that minor 7 as a 1 Dorian or a 4 Dorian or kind of a modal, yeah, setup, then it works beautifully. Okay, so now we're gonna go to our Phrygian mode. And we're gonna sing. I would like to sing every scale, yeah? Do, ra, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, together. And let's sing descending. Do, ti, le, sol, fa, mi, ra, do, together. Okay, so we're singing, we're doing cluster, we're using solfege, we're using visual imaging via cluster technique. So all of that is great. So chord pairing, we have 2 ways of working with Phrygian mode. We can pair this chord with a minor chord, minor 7, And that's kind of the traditional way of doing things, yeah, and then maybe a minor 11th. I cannot have a flat 9 with a minor 7. It creates a unstable element. At Berkeley, they call it an avoid note. I don't like to call it an avoid note, but it is an unstable element, at least to my ears. Yeah? So that unstable element, yeah, especially in a minor triad, yeah, is a factor that, got us not to include that flat 9, yeah, on a minor 7 chord. Nevertheless, here we're gonna go to a different chord pairing, which is with a sus. In dominant chords, we can have a flat 9. And I used to ask my teachers, why is that? Why is that? And nobody could actually tell me. Then I don't know. I thought, well, we have 2 tritones here, isn't it? And another tritone. So one tritone between the 3 and the flat 7, another tritone between the 5 and the flat 9. And they kind of mask each other. And they create a different type of a resonance. Especially now if I put this C in the bottom. So almost like a diminished triad with the C in the bottom. It creates a different structure. Yeah? Yeah, so it's not just the relationship of one note against another one, but all of the notes together. Yeah, and they create a composite waveforms. Yeah, so that's why, we accept it. Yeah, and another way of seeing a dominant chord is not just as a dominant, but also as a sus. So we have a sus with a flat 9 and a sus with a sharp 9. See, this is very interesting. Yeah, very nice. And moving on, we're gonna go now to our Lydian mode. And Lydian mode, if we're in C, that would be related to G. Okay, so now Lydian mode on C. Do, re, mi, fi, sol, la, ti, do. And there we have it. Yeah, now we're gonna sing descending. Do, ti, la, sol, fi, mi, re, do together. Okay, chord pairing. We can have a major 7, major 6, major 7, 9, major 6, 9, major 7, sharp 11, 9, major 7, 6, 9, sharp 11. And last one, we can have a major 7, 9, sharp 11, 13th. Okay, so that's a very nice chord and scale pairing. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to our Mixolydian mode. Mixolydian mode in C would be related to the key of F major. And we're gonna sing, yeah? Let's sing the scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do. Yeah, let's try to hear that flat 7. Te. Yeah, that's the color note. So, okay, let's sing descending. Do, te, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Okay, and there we are. Now, chord pairing, dominant 7. We can have a dominant 7, 9, and a dominant 7, 13, 9. And then the other group, we can have a sus4 with 9, and sus4, 13, 9. Yeah, so those are very interesting chords that can be paired with a Mixolydian mode. And moving on, we're gonna go to the Aeolian mode. Aeolian mode, we have a flat 3, flat 6, and flat 7. And the Aeolian mode on C would be related to where? To E flat major. So why don't we build our Aeolian mode? And we're gonna sing. do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do, and together. Descending. Do, te, le, so, fa, mi, re, do. Together. Okay, now chord pairing. We can connect or pair the Aeolian mode with a minor 7, minor 7, 9, and minor 7, 9, 11. How about the 13? Can I have a flat 13 and a minor 7 chord? Where, according to what we talked about, that flat 9 interval rule, no. Yeah, that would be an unstable element. Yeah, an unstable element. Yeah, in my ears, in many people's ears. Yeah, so we can use it. Yeah, we can use it melodically. Now, there is a way around it. The way around it is, instead of building a chord tertially means in thirds, and also the meaning of the notes are going to be developed in thirds. Oh, my root 3, 5, flat 7, 9, 11, and so on. Yeah, now we're going to just use in more like a modal type of voicing to paint the color of the chord. Yeah. And how about if I have an A flat major 7 chord over a C? It's very nice, yeah? Yeah, it's a different way, yeah? So what I did, I just used an A flat major 7, yeah? Over my C, yeah? Over C on first inversion. And that would be actually a good way of approaching A flat Aeolian mode. Actually, we could do the same with Phrygian. Yeah, let's go back to Phrygian. Okay, Phrygian, do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. And of course, I can have my minor 7 and my 7 sus, which give me two actually very interesting chord pairings. But I could have a flat 2 major 7 over the 7 over C. So I'm going to have a D flat major 7 over C. And that's going to give me kind of a Phrygian mode sound. I'm not thinking tertially. Yeah, with those chords, I'm thinking tertially. I'm building everything in thirds. Yeah, but in this case, I'm thinking more modally and painting. Yeah, so getting this structure kind of to paint the main color of this mode. Yeah, we can do. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, we can do a lot of things. Okay, and now we're gonna go to our last mode, Locrian mode. Locrian mode in C would be related to D flat major. D flat major. So why don't we sing? Do, ra, mi, fa, se, le, te, do, cluster. And now we're gonna sing descending. Do, te, le, se, fa, mi, ra, do, cluster again. Okay, and we rest and we just watch and look at the mode. So chord pairing, we can pair this chord with a minor 7 flat 5, minor 7 flat 5 11th, minor 7 flat 5 flat 13 11th. Yeah, and that would be our traditional, yeah, chord pairing for Locrian mode. Okay, can we use another way if we don't think tertially? Yes. How about if I have a flat 5 major 7 over the modal root? So my flat 5 major 7 would be a G flat major 7 over C. Let's see if this works. it works. It works. It works. It works. Yeah. So, try to explore that chord pairing. Yeah, of a flat 5 major 7 over the modal root. Okay, good. So I want to do one more thing. One more thing harmonically. Do we have time? Yes, we have time. I want to work with... No, that's not what I want. I want to work with my dominant 7, 13, 9. Oh boy, I have to change this graphic. Yeah, it's not correct. It's not the 5th. It's the 13th. Okay, that's something I need to do for next week. So, and yeah, why don't we use this cycle? Okay, so let's imagine that we have this dominant chord in second inversion, and now my 5 is going to move to the 13 and it's going to be La. So this bottom, a line here is wrong. It should be 13 to La. 13. So, and then our root is going to go to the 9. So we have La, Te, Re, Mi, La, Te, Re, Mi. Okay, so now we're going to build this La, Te, Re, Mi in different keys going through this cycle, the cycle of major thirds. Why don't we start? And we're going to sing. So this is the process. This is what I call the foundational process. In the foundational process, we sing everything and we build note for note. And the goal of that workout is to develop strong musical memories. Yeah. In my opinion, our memories determine our perception. Yeah. In music, maybe in life too. Yeah, many people believe that. Okay, that happens to be my belief too. Okay, yeah, so then let me, if that is so, for me at least, yeah, then I want to work in developing the strongest visual, auditory, kinesthetic imagery of all my music within my mind-body system. Yeah, so then when I can play, I can experience that effortlessness. Yeah, the perception has already been built. Okay, so we're gonna do that. La, te, re, mi. La, te, re, mi. Now we're gonna go to E. La, te, re, mi. La, te, re, mi. Next key, A flat. La, te, re, mi. And can we sing top down? Yes, we can. D flat, not yet. La, te, re, mi. And now let's go to F. La, te, re, mi. Okay, I think somebody's writing me. Okay, let's sing top down. Let's sing top down. So we're gonna sing mi, re, so, te, la. I don't know if we should do this, but okay, I already said we are gonna do it. Okay. Mi, re, te, la. We're gonna sing top down. Now key of D. Mi, re, te, la. 3, 3, 9, flat 7, 13. Mi, re, te, la. G flat. Mi, re, te, la. B flat. Mi, re, te, la. E flat. Mi, re, te, la. G. Mi, re, te, la. B. Mi, re, te, la. And C. Mi, re, te, la. Okay, so we sang top down. Actually, there are so many ways that we can sing. Yeah, so if we're back in the key of C, and we have La, Te, Re, Mi, maybe we can sing also this way, you know, flat 7, 13, 9, 3. Te, La, Re, Mi. Actually, I think there are like 24 possibilities, yeah, of combining those 4 notes. Okay, good. So now we're gonna practice in a different way. I'm gonna change cycle. Let's see, which cycle should we go? Let's go to this whole tone ascending cycle. C, B, E, G flat, A flat, B flat, D flat, E flat, F, G, A, B, back to C. And we're gonna just play the chord straight. Yeah, so here we go. C, according to the cycle. C, D, E, G flat, A flat, B flat, D flat, E flat, F, G, A, B, and C. Okay, now we're gonna practice in a different way, and I wanna change cycles. How about if we work with this whole tone descending cycle? C, B flat, A flat, G flat, E, D, B, A, G, F, E flat, D flat, C. And now we're gonna practice like more like a stride. So left hand root, and then we're gonna play the chord. And for this, I need to move my camera. Let's see. Yep. Maybe not too much. That's okay, but this is good. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna start. C, B flat, A flat, G flat, E, D, B, A, G, F, E flat, D flat, and back to C. Okay, that's a great way of practicing. Yeah. Now we're gonna practice in a third way. We are gonna play the chord with our left hand in that configuration, and then our right hand is gonna play the rootless melody, like the C, B flat, A flat. But I wanna change cycles. I wanna go to, why don't we go to this cycle? Cycle of augmented fourths, ascending. C, G flat, D flat, G, D, A flat, E flat, A, E, B flat, F, B, and back to C. So here we go. C, G flat, D flat, G, D, A flat, E flat, A, E, B flat, F, B, and C. Okay, so that was a good practice, and next week we're gonna practice the same voicing, but in third inversion. Okay, good. So now it's time to change the mood, and I would like to work with Merengue Piano. Okay, good. So let me Today we're gonna work with example 4 of page 64 in my book, and this example comes in pambiche style, which is syncopated style. Yeah, and when we practice, let's pay attention to the sub-styles. We're gonna have a couple sub-styles even within the same track. So here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so maybe you could hear the difference in sub-styles, yeah? In the second part of the groove, you know, in the tambora style with the stick, you know, it was almost on the down, pa, 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 yeah? That was a nice change. So let's check the chart. Yeah, so here we have C minor, B flat, F minor, and G7. Yeah, and then we're gonna have okay, so we are going to let's practice again together. One, two, 1, 2. Okay, so now we're gonna go to 180 beats per minute, so much slower, so we can learn the pattern. And here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, now we're gonna take the piano away and we're gonna practice only with bass and percussion, same speed, 180 beats per minute. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, and now we're gonna take it to 248 beats per minute. Yeah, and here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, hope that you like the Merengue Piano presentation, and now I want to go to Salsa Piano, yeah? And we're going to continue what we started last week. So last week we were working with this montuno, we're in the key of B flat. So we have a 1, 4, 5, 4. 1, 4, 5, 4, 1. But now we're gonna work in 3/2 clave. Let me change my camera setup. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, what is tricky here is the beginning. Always when we are in 3/2 clave at the beginning, because our montuno is going to be on the end of 1. Some players, sometimes they play the montuno on the end of 4. And some players also, they play the 1 ends, like, yeah, so there are different variations about how different players approach this. Nevertheless, for this class, I like to play in the original form. It kind of forces us, to be able to feel okay, 1 end. So why don't we start? We're gonna start actually, what I would like to do is, I would like you to play pulse, quarter note pulse with the left hand. We're gonna play our montuno with our right hand. 1, 2, 3, and 1. Okay, can we do the same? Yeah, I think we should do the same for the left hand. We should play quarter notes, with our right hand, and then do the tumbao on the left hand. 1, and you know what? See the bass line, the tumbao is always, one reason it's called tumbao is boom, it has the tumba, kind of feel, so we hit the 4, but we don't hit the 1. So why don't we do this? Actually, this is going to be more challenging. We're going to count on 1, but we're gonna tap on 1 with the right hand, but we're going to count the downbeat. 1, 2, 1. 1, 1. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, now we're going to put them together. 1, 2, 3, and. Okay, so now let's work with a backup track. 3/2 clave. And here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Now let's do the same, but we're gonna go to 148 beats per minute. We were practicing in 132, so that's gonna be a bit of a jump. And here we go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, good. So as you can see, sometimes I play the left-handed notes a bit short, even though it just it doesn't respect the durations that I have here written down. The reason why I do that is I try to emulate the feel of a baby bass, playing, you know, that upright electric bass with nylon strings. And that bass has a very strong attack, and then it has a very short decay. Yeah, so that's why I'm just trying to emulate that feel. Okay. And now let's go to 156 beats per minute.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, good, good. So now let's move up. Let's go to 164. 164 is kind of a nice tempo, kind of a nice medium salsa. And here we go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, good. Now let's take it to another level. Let's go 172. Why not? 172. Okay, so now when we're going to those tempos, let's keep the wrists open. Wrists open. Yeah, that's very important. I remember when I was a student, it was in Massachusetts, and I was playing every night in different salsa and merengue bands every single night, and I was going to school during the day. And I thought I was gonna die, yeah, because my technique was not up to keeping up those montunos and guajeos, merengue guajeos, you know, in those days, who was a very popular Wilfrido Vargas. And, you know, anyways, yeah, so I went to my teacher, and I was studying with, well, many different teachers. One of them, Anthony Di Bonaventura, who used to use, I think he's piano chairman now in BU piano department, an amazing classical pianist, and also he was a student of Vangerova. He said, hey, Carlos, we have to do the drop, we have to relax, you know, you have to put, and he guided me through different processes, which were kind of akin to mindfulness, body somatic type of mindfulness, yeah, but applied to our piano. And also my teacher, Stephanie Tiernan, who was a student of Madame Chaloff, The same thing, Carlos, look at your wrists. You are so hard, you know, it's so stiff. And she guided me through very similar processes of relaxation and mindfulness and breathing. By the way, Stephanie wrote an amazing book on that. Yeah. Okay, so now, I hope I have learned. I hope so. So now let's work 172 beats per minute.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, good. And let's take it one more notch. How about if we go to 180 and then we stop at 180? So here we go.
2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, that was fun. That was fun. At least it was a lot of fun for me. So I will see everybody next week. Yeah, next Saturday, same time, same channel, 11 a.m. Los Angeles time. And I see everybody. So thank you for being with me in this live broadcast. We covered a lot of material, and we're going to continue to do so in our next class. I'll see you next week, same time, same channel. Until then, have a wonderful week. Practice your instrument every day, and listen and play lots of good music. See you next week.